Welcome to this week's edition of Tribal Studios. I'm Raelyn.
And I'm Kiowa. On today's show, our news story will focus on the upcoming ACT changes. Our sports story will have highlights from various sports rivalries as well as other scores from this week.
We will also feature a spotlight on TikTok famous students, a promo for FCCLA, and a man on the street asking students what film title describes their lives.
Coming next year in September, students will be able to retake specific parts of the ACT. This is a big change to the way the 5-part test is normally run.
I think it'll have to result in the colleges thinking differently about the scores that they receive. Because if a student no longer has to count on redistributing their stamina for taking the entire test, it affects their score and it makes it unfair looking at past scores to compare it the same way.
I feel the new ACT test changes is good for kids with anxiety, just so you can take the parts they only have to take instead of taking the whole thing over again and maybe messing up the part you did good on.
It's great for our students that have the resources to really focus and get tutoring and specialize in those subtest areas, but it may inevitably drive a wedge between those students and students that can't afford to retest.
Games can be a nerve-wracking experience for athletes. Rivalry games are no exception. In fact, rivalry games can add a lot of pressure on our athletes. There are many different ways to prepare for a rivalry match. Here are some ways that our Willard Tigers get ready to win.
For a rivalry game, we most likely will watch game film.
I think personally that our games are all important, but when it comes to a close town rivalry, you usually get the more energy from the players.
If we lose a match, we'll try to think about the next match and not that one, because there's always another one. Try to get out of the bad place and make better of it the next time.
Basically, when we're playing a rival, a lot of schools that don't like us, we don't like them, so we watch a lot of film, practice, and just gotta get ready to compete with them. Hopefully we can beat them.
FCCLA stands for Family Career Community Leaders of America. Their mission is to promote leadership development and personal growth through family and consumer science education.
Some important dates to look out for will be October 16th. We'll be having our first social. October 31st, we will be trick-or-treating for canned food goods. So any members that would like to come out and dress up and go trick-or-treat. November, just our monthly meetings, and December, our monthly meetings.
I joined FCCLA because I really admired it last year for all the work they do for the community, all they do for the school, and how much they help with kids and just specific places that need it. And especially since it's focused on facts and classes like that, I was really curious and wanted to try it out, and I really like it.
Alright, how do I feel when I get a lot of likes on TikTok? I feel like LeBron, just like Amelia's daughter, Danny.
How did I get 36,000 followers on TikTok? Honestly, I don't know. One day I was by the bank over that way, and I just recorded a video, and all of a sudden that video blew up, and then ever since then I just kept posting.
Welcome to this week's Man on the Street segment. We asked students what film title best describes their life. Here are their answers.
Over the Hedge, I guess.
Heathers.
White Chicks.
I would say Inside Out, honestly, because of all the emotions.
Probably The Office.
Probably Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, because you never know what kind of food I'm going to bring to school.
Let me be honest, with this microphone in my hand, Beetlejuice, because it's just wild, like me.
Legends of the Fall?
Mine would be The Walking Dead, honestly.
The Lion King.
And now for today's announcements. Lunch today is PB&J sandwich, baby carrots, fruit, and milk.
The WHS Blood Drive is Friday, October 25th in the Aux Gym. Sign-ups will be held in the morning in the Commons or at lunch through Tuesday, October 22nd. You can also sign up with Mrs. Baxter. You must be 17 or 16 with parental consent and weigh at least 110 pounds.
The Willard High School academic team is open to all grade levels and will start having practices on Wednesday afternoons from 2:30 to 4. The first practice will be Wednesday, October 23rd. See Mrs. Curry, room 216, Mrs. Russell Ice, room 200, or Mrs. Hudson, room 113 for more details.
Now please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for watching this week's edition of Tribal Studios. Tune in next week, Friday, October 25th, for our next show.
And thank you to those of you who actually watched.